Praise be to God, there is no other God except God. Today, let me address two important issues which I think we need to have a common understanding about. The first important issue is about zakat, charity. I promise you I will make a video specifically about charity, God willing, and we will know for sure the details about it. But in the meantime, reporting our charity through the usezakat.net webpage is obligatory. I did not want to say that it is obligatory during the last Friday sermon because websites cannot be obligatory. However, zakat, charity, is obligatory, and if we do not have an alternative way to collect zakat, like doing it in a mosque or something like that, then by default it turns out to be obligatory through the webpage, now that we have it. So before the next Friday, God willing, when I send the next Friday sermon, I will go to the Use Zakat webpage and check who pledged the zakat and who did not. And in case anyone did not, I will remove them from the email list, and they will not receive the Friday sermons anymore. They are not pure. As simple as that. Zakat is more obligatory than the ablution, and more obligatory than the Friday sermon. Just like we do ablution before the contact prayers, we should give the zakat to be pure enough to be included in the Friday prayer. We can do many things wrong, and I will still consider you brothers and sisters in faith. But if any of us does not pledge the zakat, I will consider him out. So zakat is basically our passport. It determines who goes in and who goes out. This applies online on the internet. If we deal live, God willing, when we have a mosque, then the contact prayers will also be that passport. They are obligatory even now, but we don't monitor each other for that. It's not possible to do it online. And by the way, it might turn out that even when we have a mosque, it might be easier to use the webpage to pledge and distribute the zakat. But until then, I don't know how it is going to turn out, and we cannot properly build a mosque unless we have this webpage. And we need to solve the issue of zakat first before we solve the issue of mosques. I don't understand how people decide to build a mosque without first distributing the zakat. It's a mix of priorities. Their priorities are mixed up. Let's go step by step, from the most important to the less important. Okay. By the way, the web page is designed like that it should take you only about 5 minutes to fill it. If it took you longer, you are being too careful. It's enough to be about 90% accurate with the values there, since the prices of things change by more than 10% anyway. And if you made any mistake, I will consider it my mistake, because it tells me that the web page was not designed well enough. It's supposed to be simple. The second important issue which I would like to talk about is the video which I published with the title The End Times. This is a very important video. See, the other videos which I published are sort of useful only for certain people in certain times, in certain circumstances. This video is useful for all people at all times, in all circumstances. For example, people have debated the issues of this video for centuries, and they are still debating them. Just a few days ago, I saw a video title posted by someone of a debate between two Muslim imams, which I did not watch, but the title said something like, "Debate, will Jesus return or not?" One of them, I guess, would say yes, and the other would say no. Had they watched my video and understood it, they would realize that yes, Jesus will return, but after our resurrection. And this solves the debate. But this is just an example of the importance of this video. There are so many other debates which people have, which are solved with this video, like the topic of intercession, the judgment, the messianic age, the Mahdi, and so on. So this is a very important video, my most important video, and I would appreciate it if you would help me promote it. It's voluntary, by the way, but greatly appreciated. You don't need to help me with that much with the other videos, but if we can have this video seen by a very large number of people, I think it would be a great thing. And it is actually very hard to promote this video. First of all, because it's a long video. People don't like to watch long videos, as we know. I made it as short as I could without leaving anything important out. Actually, initially it was about 2 hours long, but I squeezed it and turned it into about 50 minutes. I basically deleted any repetitive and unimportant or very obvious information by shortening it. And starting from myself, I am not going to watch a 50-minute video unless I'm quite sure that it will have a very valuable information. which is why it is also very hard to convince other people to watch. I still don't know what the best strategy is, but I just know that it's not going to be watched unless we actively promote it and tell the people from the start that it has information which they never heard before. The other problem with promoting this video is that there are so many other videos who claim similar things on the internet. And if you watch them, you can see that those videos have big titles, but when you watch them, you remain with the same questions that you had in the beginning. They just dance around the topic. They don't tell you anything concrete about the future. And people are fed up with these kind of videos and think that this video is also the same, which makes the promotion of this video harder. But I think it is worth working hard to promote it. The other reason why it is hard to promote it is because of its style. The style of the video, after I arranged it, I realized that it was very similar to the book of Isaiah in the Bible. The book of Isaiah is simply a book which tells events of the future, to the future of Isaiah. And most of them are to our past now. But what I'm saying is that let's think how many of us have read the book of Isaiah. Probably very few of us, which means that the people are really not going to listen to long stories about what will happen in the future, unless they are interested in something specific. What I'm saying is that it is almost impossible to realize the importance of this video from the beginning, which is why we must tell people from the beginning that it will be valuable, that it really describes all the important future events, that it talks about the Mahdi, which the Muslims like to talk about, that it talks about the Messianic age, which the Christians like to talk about, and that it talks about the third temple, which the Jews like to talk about. So basically, if someone wants to know about any of the specific topics included in that video, you can send them the whole video. I just published it in one of the Facebook groups, which I'm visiting recently, as you probably might know, and it would help if you like it, to promote it. Be careful though, when you go in those Facebook groups, and this is true for everyone and for every Facebook group, you always decrease spiritually. Regardless how strong you are in faith, and regardless how good the group is, which in fact is always neutral, then you always decrease in faith. So to maximize the results, I developed a strategy. I go in, post what I post, say what I have to say, and leave. If I read carefully what others have to say, it will decrease my soul. This is true for any group. It's not going to turn me into a disbeliever, but into a weaker believer. So all people who read too much of what others have to say in Facebook or other social media are weak believers. To strengthen our souls, we must avoid social media or only use them quickly for our own interests. If you win money from it, or if it helps you win, or if it helps you with a business, or in my case, if it helps me promote the videos, then I will use it for my own interests. Otherwise, I would not stay. If I find that it is not helping me much with my videos, I will quit those groups. We have all the information we need in the Quran, and we don't need others to tell us what to think.